Veteran who Harry forced to stay on stage speaks out on being hospitalized after the ESPY Awards. It's time for veterans to distance themselves from Harry in the Invictus Games. During the ESPY Awards, Harry had veterans on stage with him, including a severely disabled veteran, which many believe ESPN did to prevent any booing from the audience. The presence of veterans on stage made it unlikely anyone would boo. Over 76,000 people let ESPN know that Harry didn't deserve the award. It's clear that Harry doesn't truly care about veterans, but is more interested in what they can do for him. Given the situation, neither ESPN nor Harry wanted to face boos from real veterans. ESPN was also using the veterans to protect Harry, ensuring that he stayed in his protective bubble and avoiding the veterans' seating area. It's understandable that the veterans felt used because they were, but it's unrealistic to have expected a different setup. It was in ESPN's interest, perhaps even more than Harry's, to keep the boos at bay. Harry should have had enough sense to acknowledge the veterans in his speech and ask them to stand. While not the genuine care the veterans deserve, it would still be recognition, and Harry would appear gracious. However, he missed the mark once again. It's incomprehensible how he manages to mishandle situations, especially involving the veterans that he claims to support and represent. I hope that more audience members speak out. There must be more cell phone videos from their disruptive exit. I'm curious about the context of the man on stage talking about "give her the mic" and the playing of "I Will Always Love You." That incident was disgraceful, but also funny given who it involved. It's odd that Harry doesn't seem more publicly involved in the Invictus Games now than he was as a working royal. Considering his increased free time and freedom, one would expect more public appearances and fundraisers. Despite claiming that service is his life, financial reports indicate that their foundation hasn't donated to the Invictus Games for several years. While it's possible that Harry donates personally, the Invictus Games financials don't show that they're well funded, and there hasn't been any public thank you for personal donations from Harry and Meghan. I'm furious about ESPN going along with this. It's a huge injustice that the award went to someone who doesn't deserve it and fails to represent what Pat Tillman stood for. Instead, it was given to someone who didn't even have the graciousness to stay for the remainder of the awards. If Harry thinks he's so important, he should have left quietly after receiving his award rather than disturbing the audience. His actions prove what a coward he is and expose his lack of integrity. It almost made the award meaningless. I feel for next year's winner, as the award is now tarnished by this scandal. I hope future nominees decline and state their reasons. This situation's exposed the charity as a scam. While it's unfortunate for his mother, it might be the only way to separate those who care more about themselves from those who are genuine. Tillman's family's tarnished his name, forgetting the long-term impact. If people start to associate this with a scam, then it will lose its value. May Tillman rest in peace and watch over his mother. Meghan could have left early on her own since they left in separate vehicles. Harry doesn't seem to have any consideration for others. He has no interest in meeting those veterans. They mean nothing to him. He only wanted his fake award. Regarding their relationship, he went on stage and left Meghan fuming in her seat. You could almost see the flames shooting out of her ears. Their body language speaks volumes. If they haven't split yet, it's likely to happen soon.